This video is not legal advice. It is for educational purposes only. It does not create an attorney-client relationship. Always consult a qualified attorney for advice specific to your situation.
Regardless of where we stand in the debate over election security and voter access, intellectual honesty requires that we test the assumptions each side brings to the table. Opponents of a proof of citizenship requirement for voter registration often argue that it will suppress the votes of seniors, the disabled, rural residents, low-income citizens, and married women who have changed their names. These otherwise eligible citizens, the argument runs, cannot easily pay the fees or take the time needed to obtain proof of citizenship. Is that presupposition true? Is a demand for proof of citizenship a systematically exclusionary barrier to voter registration by virtue of undue burden? The practical evidence does not support the claim of a systematically exclusionary burden. California's public agencies, widely available internet resources, and the ability to pay electronically or by check make these proofs obtainable, granted with some inconvenience, but without necessarily an exorbitant expense or extraordinary effort. Today, name change and citizenship can be established through several ordinary means: a U.S. passport, vital records such as birth and marriage certificates, a naturalization certificate, or certain other official documents. Passports. A valid U.S. passport book or card is primary evidence of both citizenship and identity. Even a recently expired passport often remains strong supporting evidence of citizenship. But renewal keeps that proof current. Passport renewal occurs only through official State Department channels. There are no third-party services that may submit a renewal application for you. Eligible applicants can renew online in roughly 10 minutes. Complete the digital form, answer eligibility questions, upload any required documents, and pay the fee electronically: $130 for passport books, $30 for passport cards. Confirmation appears immediately. The new passport arrives by mail after review. Many also renew by mail, using Form DS-82, a recent passport photo, and the fee. First-time adult applicants, or those replacing a lost, stolen, or damaged passport, or changing a name, must appear in person, with Form DS-11 at an acceptance facility or passport agency. Vital records, birth and marriage certificates. California birth and marriage certificates establish place of birth and name changes. Many citizens already keep these documents at home or in a safe deposit box. If a certificate is lost, a certified copy can be obtained either 1. From the California Department of Public Health after a statewide search, 2. From the county registrar recorder where the event was recorded, or 3. Through authorized commercial services such as Vital Check. As of July 2026, the State Department of Public Health accepts applications only by mail. Third-party vendors may still mail applications to the state or transmit them electronically to many counties. Counties, such as Los Angeles, Kern, Alameda, and San Diego, continue to accept electronic submissions routed through Vital Check. The county then prints and mails the certificate. Applicants seeking the lowest cost can download the official form, complete it, and directly mail a check or money order. $31 to $34 for birth certificates. $19 for marriage certificates. Those preferring convenience can use Vital Check for identity verification and online payment when the county accepts electronic filing. Vital Check charges a $10 to $15 processing fee. Naturalization certificates. Naturalization certificates likewise prove citizenship and are ordinarily kept at home. Replacements are obtained from the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, on the Form N-565 application. The online application process is generally faster and less expensive, $505, than paper filing, $555. An applicant creates a USCIS account, selects the replacement reason, completes the form, uploads evidence where possible, and pays the fee electronically. Case status can be tracked online. A request for evidence may follow, and an appointment for a photograph and signature is typically required before the new certificate is mailed. No automated third-party service. processes N565 applications in the way Vital Check handles vital records. Applicants who need assistance should consult licensed immigration attorneys or reputable nonprofit legal aid organizations. Unaccredited notary consultants who guarantee results should be avoided. Other acceptable proofs. Additional forms of evidence include certain military DD 214 records that list a U.S. place of birth, identity cards issued by federally recognized American Indian tribes, and consular reports of birth abroad for children born overseas to U.S. citizen parents. California Real IDs. Notably, a California Real ID does not serve as proof of citizenship. Real IDs are federally required for domestic air travel and entry into certain federal facilities. California issues them as driver's licenses or identification cards to U.S. citizens, lawful permanent residents, and many temporary legal residents. Temporary status cards are marked limited term and expire with the underlying immigration document. Permanent residents receive the same style of real ID as citizens. Because the card does not distinguish citizens from permanent residents, it cannot function as definitive proof of citizenship. Individuals without legal presence in California may obtain an AB 60 license. Marked federal limits apply, but that document is irrelevant to citizenship claims. For proof of citizenship, one still needs a passport, birth certificate, naturalization certificate, or other primary evidence. Conclusion. In short, these proofs of citizenship and marriage certificates for proofs of name change are available through the same kinds of channels used to obtain other public benefit verifications. The application processes are largely the same as those for many other government documents. While the costs of passport books and naturalization certificates could represent a barrier to citizens of limited income, the costs of other proofs of citizenship and name change are modest. Granted, for some citizens, particularly those who are immobile or who live on very limited incomes, the proof of citizenship requirement remains an inconvenience. Mere inconvenience, however, is not within any society's power to eliminate. Therefore, on the practical evidence, the inconvenience resulting from the proof of citizenship requirement is not at the level of systemic voter suppression. The presupposition that proof of citizenship is a systematically exclusionary burden does not withstand close examination.
Final reminder. The contents of this video are for educational and informational purposes only. They do not constitute legal advice and are not a substitute for personalized guidance from a licensed attorney, familiar with your specific facts and circumstances. No attorney-client relationship is formed by watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, or communicating through this channel. Laws change over time and vary by jurisdiction. Do not act or refrain from acting based on anything in this video. Seek advice from a qualified professional in your jurisdiction. The creator disclaims any liability for loss or damage claimed to result from reliance on this material.